Greetings all, it's Cat Cosmic here to share some more of Duane's words, and you all should take heed. I'll begin with a joke. How many reptilians does it take to screw in a light bulb? None, because they get programmed human slaves to do it. Yuck, yuck. You probably have to be a cat to fully appreciate that one. So, take a deep breath of nanoparticle-laden chemtrail air, relax, and we shall begin. Anything that is created, buildings, temples, and churches, are ideas. We have an idea and we create it. Voila! Incidentally, the flying idea too, you may have on the real side, which is always fun, is many times a demonstration of having a better view. To see better, you're above things. A far better perspective than being on the ground, and in the sky you can see what's approaching from afar. On this particular Skype, a dream was then disseminated, a dream of a building crumbling down by a new friend. The most likely explanation was that it was the corporation. The building would look very nice externally, well maintained, but realistically there is nothing there, and it's falling apart because that idea that the building represents doesn't work. So what keeps the corporation here, then? Even though it is seen as crumbling buildings on the real side. It is the agreement, like any building that is maintained, like the White House and the Vatican City. If everyone walked away with their thoughts and their personal self, it would deteriorate. Life doesn't back these dead old ideas, and it is seen. The buildings that look good on the physical, but are falling apart on the real side. The new ideas, the projects the new presentation are doing, because they make sense with what's going on the earth, and through creation, life backs it, so they have an aliveness to them. And a lot of people have seen this on the real side, what the Ekankar Corporation actually is, not what it is marketed to be. So it's important to pay attention to the real side. Even though the buildings and such are destroyed on the real side, it's not always that they will then simply vanish on the physical level, but sometimes that can happen too. And putting this together, flying over the destroyed building, as many new friends have experienced doing on the real side, is that they have a greater overview, the awareness of what Ekankar is, more so than those inside the building or with the membership. The crumbling indicates that the idea doesn't serve as a benefit to anyone. It's all about recognizing one's real awareness. Yes, we can have a life here, but life is always trying to show us whether what we are doing in that life is a benefit to you or others. Here's an example of how what is seen on the real side can follow through on the physical. A church collapsed and 100 or so people were killed, and this was on the exact same weekend as an EC seminar. It's time to wake up and get real. All these things, the governments, Eckankar, all this hocus pocus, and how defensive they do become when it is simply pointed out what is real. We are making sense of things and letting people know what's going on, revealing that things aren't working like people think they are. It's just a thinking process. It isn't real and isn't working. You can test and determine that none of it is working. We are buried in a Wi-Fi grid, and although we can watch TV, etc., due to this supposed great technology, it leads to disease. So it's time to wake up or miss the boat. And we do make sense and benefit all, and it's more than mere pretty political words on a stage spoken by a master. So don't forget to sing the new you and get real answers for yourself. You will be shown what is real now, and see through the deceptions and the snares.